Home Alone, 1990, and Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, 1992, became holiday staples, bringing laughter and nostalgia to generations of fans. Starring Macaulay Culkin, Joe Pesci, Daniel Stern, and a talented supporting cast, the films captured the magic of childhood mischief and adventure. But while the movies remain beloved, the lives of many cast members have taken unexpected and tragic turns. Some found lasting success, while others faced struggles with fame, personal hardships, and even heartbreaking losses. As we step into 2025, let's take a look at where the cast of Home Alone is now and the challenges they've faced over the years. John Hurd, who portrayed Peter McAllister in Home Alone, 1990, and Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, 1992, had a distinguished career but faced considerable personal challenges. While his portrayal of the father of young Kevin McAllister cemented his place in film history, Hurd's life behind the scenes was often marred by turbulent relationships. His first marriage ended in divorce, and despite later attempts to find stability, his personal struggles, including battles with addiction and mental health, overshadowed much of his personal life. He had 2 children, and although he often sought to reconcile with his family, his issues remained a strain. His career had ups and downs, and he never achieved the same level of fame as some of his contemporaries. Sadly, he passed away on July 21, 2017, at the age of 71 due to a heart attack. At the time of his death, his estate was valued at around $3.5 million, which included a house in Palo Alto, California, and various personal belongings. Billy Bird, who played the woman in the airport in Home Alone, 1990, had a career that spanned decades but was marred by personal heartache. Bird was married multiple times but was unable to find lasting happiness in her personal life, with none of her marriages standing the test of time. She never had children, which she later regretted, and struggled with the loneliness that came with her unsuccessful relationships. Despite these personal challenges, Bird found professional success in Hollywood, where she became known for her roles in comedy and drama. Her health declined in her later years, and she was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease, which ultimately led to her passing on November 27, 2002, at the age of 94. At the time of her death, her estate, valued at around $1 million, included a house in Granada Hills, California, and various personal items. Despite the hardships she faced in her personal life, Bird left behind a legacy of unforgettable roles in television and film. Roberts Blossom, who played Old Man Marley in Home Alone, 1990, was a character actor whose personal life was as quiet and mysterious as his on-screen roles. Blossom's career spanned decades, yet he always preferred to avoid the spotlight, living a life filled with solitude. While his role in Home Alone is perhaps the most recognizable, it was just a small part of a broader career in which he often played grizzled, mysterious figures. His personal life was marked by deep loss, including the death of his brother at an early age, which impacted him greatly. He was never married and had no children, opting for a life of quiet reflection and artistic expression. Despite his financial success, which included an estate valued at around $1 million at the time of his passing, Blossom remained a deeply private person. He passed away on July 8, 2011, at the age of 87 due to natural causes. John Candy, beloved for his role as Gus Polinski in Home Alone, 1990, was one of the most recognizable faces of comedy in the 1980s and early 1990s. However, despite his massive popularity, Candy's life was filled with struggles that he often kept private. Known for his warmth and humor, Candy battled with obesity and a series of health issues, which ultimately led to his untimely death at the age of 43. He was married to Rosemary, with whom he had 2 children, but his hectic work schedule and health problems created strain in the marriage. While he was deeply loved by fans and colleagues, his physical health deteriorated quickly due to his lifestyle. Candy passed away from a heart attack on March 4, 1994, leaving behind an estate valued at $10 million, which included a home in Toronto and a collection of memorabilia. His death left a huge hole in the comedy world, as he had the potential for even greater success had his life not been cut short. Bill Irwin, who portrayed the man in the airport in Home Alone, 1990, was an actor whose long career was often overshadowed by personal tragedy. After losing his wife of over 40 years, Irwin experienced a deep sense of loss and isolation, which became a central theme of his later years. Though he had a successful career in both television and film, these personal griefs made it difficult for him to fully enjoy the successes he had achieved. Irwin continued to work well into his old age, but his later years were marked by increasing solitude. He passed away on December 29, 2010, at the age of 96 due to age-related causes. At the time of his death, his estate, valued at approximately $2 million, included a house in Studio City, California, and various personal items. Though his career left a lasting impact, Irwin's personal life was marked by loss and a yearning for companionship that was never fully realized. Jerry Becker, who portrayed Officer No. 1 in Home Alone, 1990, lived a life marked by quiet success and personal struggles. While his role in the classic Christmas film was brief, it gave him a moment of fame that never fully translated into widespread recognition. After Home Alone, Becker's career in Hollywood was limited, and he spent much of his time living outside the limelight in St. Louis, Missouri. His personal life was marred by bouts of loneliness and a strained relationship with his family, with little public information about a spouse or children. Financially, Becker led a modest life, owning a house in St. Louis but never amassing significant wealth. At the time of his death, he had an estimated net worth of $1 million. He passed away on April 13, 2019, at the age of 68 from natural causes, leaving behind only personal belongings and a simple estate. His later years were spent in relative peace, away from the hustle of Hollywood. Eddie Bracken, who portrayed Mr. Duncan in Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, 1992, was beloved for his warm, comedic presence. Though his role in the Home Alone sequel was small, it was one of many that helped cement his status as a reliable character actor. Bracken's career spanned several decades, but his personal life was marked by challenges. He was married twice, and though his first marriage ended in divorce, his second wife, Marion, remained a significant part of his life. The couple had no children, and Bracken often spoke of how his career often took precedence over family life. His wealth, while not extensive, was enough to allow him a comfortable retirement, and he owned a house in Glen Ridge, New Jersey. When Bracken passed away on November 14, 2002, at the age of 87, due to natural causes, his estate was valued at around $2 million. The legacy of his warmth and humor lived on through his memorable roles in both film and television. Peter Siragusa, who played the lineman in Home Alone, 1990, had a short but memorable stint in the film industry. His role, though minor, was part of a series of appearances that helped him build a career, albeit a modest one. Siragusa's life outside of acting was more complicated, with his personal struggles often making headlines. His relationship with his family was tumultuous, particularly due to his long battle with addiction, which strained his bonds with those closest to him. Though he was married once, his marriage ended in a painful divorce, and he never remarried. Siragusa had no children, and his finances were often unstable due to his sporadic career and personal issues. At the time of his death on October 11, 2022, at the age of 67 from a sudden illness, Siragusa owned a house in Glendale, California, and his net worth was estimated to be around $1 million. His passing marked the end of a quiet life filled with personal battles, leaving behind only a small estate. Rip Taylor, who portrayed celeb No. 1 in Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, 1992, was known for his flamboyant personality and wild comedic style. Taylor's career was defined by his larger-than-life presence, both on screen and in his personal life. His role in Home Alone 2 was just one of many comedic appearances that cemented his place in pop culture, but behind the scenes, his life was filled with turbulence. Taylor's love life was filled with short, intense relationships, but he never married and had no children. His finances were often in flux due to the unpredictable nature of his career, although he did manage to amass some wealth. At the time of his death, Taylor owned a home in Los Angeles and had a net worth of $3 million. He passed away on October 6, 2019, at the age of 88 from natural causes, leaving behind a simple estate and a legacy of humor. Despite his personal battles, Taylor remained a beloved figure in the entertainment world until the end. Joe Pesci, who portrayed Harry in Home Alone, 1990, and Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, 1992, is widely recognized for his tough guy roles in films like Goodfellas and Casino. However, behind the tough exterior, Pesci faced personal challenges that affected his life and career. After his divorce from his first wife, he withdrew from the spotlight for several years, struggling with emotional and financial setbacks. His role as Harry, the bumbling burglar, solidified his place in popular culture but also limited his range in Hollywood, as he was often typecast in similar roles. Despite this, Pesci managed to maintain a successful career and amassed considerable wealth, including a luxurious home in New Jersey and a collection of high-end cars. His net worth is estimated to be around $50 million. Though now 82, he lives a more private life, appearing occasionally in film and television, but his iconic status remains unchallenged. Macaulay Culkin, who portrayed Kevin McAllister in Home Alone, 1990, and Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, 1992, became a household name after his breakout role as the mischievous young boy. His career skyrocketed after Home Alone, making him one of the highest-paid child actors of all time. However, his early success came at a personal cost. Culkin's family life became increasingly complicated as his parents battled for control of his earnings, and he was thrust into adulthood at a young age. His personal relationships were often marred by turmoil, including a high-profile breakup with actress Mila Kunis. Culkin has no children of his own but has been in a long-term relationship with Brenda Song. Financially, Culkin's wealth is substantial, with an estimated net worth of $18 million, which includes multiple properties, including a house in Los Angeles and an apartment in New York City. Now 44, Culkin has largely stepped out of the spotlight but remains active in music and occasional acting. Daniel Stern, who played Marv in Home Alone, 1990, and Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, 1992, experienced an uneven career after the success of the Home Alone series. Although he had a successful acting career, particularly in the City Slickers films, Stern found it difficult to transition to leading roles. He struggled financially after several bad investments and was hit hard by the dot-com crash. His personal life wasn't much easier. Stern's marriage to his longtime wife, Leslie, has been fraught with issues, though they did have 2 children together. In addition, Stern faced a public legal battle regarding unpaid taxes, which impacted his finances. Today, Stern owns a beautiful house in Malibu and a collection of luxury vehicles, and his net worth is around $12 million. At 67, he still works in acting but often takes on smaller, supporting roles, quietly navigating his way through the entertainment industry. Catherine O'Hara, who played the iconic role of Kate McAllister in Home Alone, 1990, and Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, 1992, became a beloved figure in the world of comedy and family films. Despite her success in Home Alone, she faced personal trials, especially when her marriage to production designer Bo Welch ended after 24 years. They had 2 children, a son named Matthew and a daughter named Lulu, both of whom she is close to despite the pressures of her career. O'Hara's financial situation is stable. She owns multiple properties, including a luxurious home in Los Angeles and a posh apartment in New York City. Her net worth is around $10 million. At 71, she continues to find success in television and film, including her role in Schitt's Creek, and remains one of Hollywood's most respected comedic actresses. Her resilience in both her career and personal life has allowed her to thrive in an ever-changing industry. Devon Rattray, who portrayed Buzz McAllister in Home Alone, 1990, and Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, 1992, found himself forever associated with his role as the obnoxious older brother of Kevin McAllister. After the Home Alone films, Rattray struggled to break out of the typecasting that followed him. His personal life was marked by several failed relationships, and he has been open about the emotional toll that his fame at a young age took on him. Despite having no children, Rattray has managed to find peace in his current lifestyle. He lives in a house in Los Angeles and owns a few luxury cars, although his net worth is estimated to be around $1 million. Despite not achieving the level of fame his Home Alone role suggested, he has worked steadily in television and smaller film roles. At 48, Rattray continues to act, though his career is more focused on niche projects than the big-budget films of his youth. Angela Goethals, who portrayed Linnie McAllister in Home Alone, 1990, had a brief but notable role in the film, but her career didn't maintain the momentum she had hoped for. After Home Alone, Goethals found herself struggling to land significant roles, and her acting career never truly took off. In her personal life, she experienced a turbulent relationship with her longtime partner, which ended in heartbreak. Although she doesn't have children of her own, Goethals has remained close to her family, including her 2 siblings. She owns a modest house in New York City and drives a couple of luxury cars, though her financial situation is more modest compared to other stars from Home Alone. With an estimated net worth of $1 million, Goethals has found success in smaller television roles, but her career remains a far cry from the Hollywood fame she might have once expected. At 47, she continues to work occasionally in the entertainment industry, though her time in the spotlight is now limited. Michael C. Marana, who portrayed Jeff McAllister in Home Alone, 1990, and Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, 1992, is currently 47 years old. His role as the older McAllister brother became iconic, but Marana's career was impacted by the typecasting that followed. After his early success, he struggled to find substantial roles, and his career never took off as he hoped. Marana has dealt with personal issues, including a series of difficult relationships and a challenging family dynamic, but he managed to keep most of his struggles private. He married once but has no children, and his marriage ended in divorce. Marana owns a house in New York City and a few luxury cars, and his net worth is estimated at around $1 million. Now 47, he lives a quiet life away from the spotlight, having moved on from the Hollywood dream. While he occasionally makes appearances in smaller projects, he's content with his low-key existence and has found peace in his personal life despite the challenges. Larry Hankin, who played Officer Balzac in Home Alone, 1990, is now 87 years old and continues to live in Los Angeles, where he owns a modest home and a few luxury cars. Despite his success in the film, Hankin's career never quite took off in the way many expected after the film's success. He faced several challenges in his personal life, including failed relationships and struggles with addiction. These hardships caused a delay in his career progression, leaving him stuck in smaller roles. Hankin married once but was never able to maintain a lasting relationship, and he has no children. His net worth is estimated at around $1 million, a result of his steady but unspectacular career. Although he remains somewhat active in acting, he lives a quiet life, occasionally taking on roles in television or film. Hankin's life has been marked by ups and downs, and he remains a beloved figure for his iconic role in Home Alone, but his personal story has been filled with struggles. Kristen Minter, who played Heather McAllister in Home Alone, 1990, is currently 59 years old and has faced both professional and personal difficulties since her breakout role. Although she enjoyed a steady acting career, Minter found herself facing the challenges of an often fickle industry, with limited opportunities as she aged. Her personal life has been no less turbulent. Minter had several failed relationships, including a marriage that ended in divorce. She has no children and has spoken about the emotional toll her love life and career pressures took on her. Minter owns a home in Los Angeles and a few luxury cars, with a net worth of around $1 million. Though she was once a well-known face in Hollywood, she has faded from public view in recent years, living a more private life, occasionally appears in minor roles. At 58, Minter has found peace in her quiet lifestyle but continues to reflect on the challenges that shaped her life. Kieran Culkin, who played Fuller McAllister in Home Alone, 1990, and Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, 1992, is now 42 years old and has carved out a successful career that far exceeds his early role. While he remains best known for his time in Home Alone, Culkin's career blossomed in his adult years, particularly through his critically acclaimed performance in Succession. His rise to fame wasn't without personal hurdles. He has openly discussed his difficult childhood, his strained relationship with his famous brother Macaulay Culkin, and the impact that growing up in the spotlight had on him. Culkin has been in several relationships, but none of them have led to marriage or children, and he has maintained a relatively low-profile love life. He owns multiple properties, including homes in Los Angeles and a luxury apartment in New York City, as well as several high-end cars, with an estimated net worth of around $5 million. Now 42, he lives a more grounded life, focusing on his acting career and private relationships. Terry Snell, who portrayed Aunt Leslie in Home Alone, 1990, and Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, 1992, led a career that was marked by both professional successes and deep personal challenges. While her role in these iconic films brought her recognition, her personal life was marked by hardship. Terry was married twice, but both marriages ended in divorce. The emotional toll of these breakups, combined with struggles in balancing her career with family life, made for a difficult few years. She did not have children, and this, combined with a limited number of significant roles in Hollywood after Home Alone, left her feeling isolated. Despite owning a home in Los Angeles and a few luxury cars, her net worth is modest compared to other actors in Hollywood. Now 81, Terry's life has taken a more private turn, and while she continues to live comfortably, she has largely distanced herself from the public eye, reflecting on a career that was short-lived in terms of major roles but impactful for her fans. Senta Moses, who portrayed Tracy McAllister in Home Alone, 1990, is currently 52 years old and has faced a varied career trajectory. After her role in Home Alone, Moses struggled with finding similar roles, often being overlooked in favor of younger or more prominent actresses. Her personal life has been a challenge, with Moses having dealt with difficult romantic relationships and an inability to maintain lasting connections. She married once but remains childless, with her marriage ending in divorce. Moses owns a house in Los Angeles and a few luxury cars, with a net worth of around $1 million. Now 51, Moses has shifted away from acting and spends much of her time in the background of the entertainment industry. She keeps a low profile, rarely making public appearances, and instead focuses on her personal growth and peace of mind. Despite the highs and lows of her career, she remains a part of the Home Alone legacy and continues to cherish the memories of her time on the set. Jerry Bam Mann, who played Uncle Frank in Home Alone, 1990, and Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, 1992, experienced a mixed career trajectory with both highs and lows. While his portrayal of the cantankerous uncle was memorable, Jerry's personal life was fraught with difficulties. His marriage ended in a contentious divorce after many years, leaving him with feelings of regret. His relationship with his children was distant, due to the challenges of raising them while maintaining a busy acting career. Despite owning a home in Los Angeles and several luxury cars, his financial stability was often under threat, as he struggled with the ebb and flow of his career. His net worth is currently estimated to be around $1 million, which reflects both his acting roles and his occasional theater work. Now 83, Jerry has slowed down professionally and lives a more private life, keeping a low profile in the public eye. Brenda Fricker, who portrayed the Pigeon Lady in Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, 1992, has had a career filled with both triumphs and tragedy. Known for her remarkable acting talent, Brenda's portrayal of the Pigeon Lady left a lasting impact on audiences. However, her personal life was marked by heartache. She was married once, but her husband tragically passed away young, leaving her devastated and forcing her to raise their child alone. The emotional toll of her personal life was compounded by struggles with depression and isolation, but Brenda found solace in her work. Despite owning a home in Dublin, Ireland, and luxury cars, her net worth remains around $1 million. Now 80, Brenda has largely retreated from the limelight, though she still occasionally takes on acting roles. Her life is quieter now, with a focus on living peacefully after overcoming the personal and professional obstacles she faced in the earlier stages of her career. Tim Curry, who portrayed the concierge in Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, 1992, is a versatile actor whose career skyrocketed thanks to his exceptional talent. Known for his theatrical and film work, Tim's portrayal in Home Alone 2 added to his long list of successful roles. However, his personal life has not been without struggle. Tim faced intense public scrutiny throughout his career, as he navigated his sexuality in an industry that wasn't always accepting. His financial fortunes have varied, but Tim has built a substantial net worth of around $14 million, thanks to his work in film, television, and stage productions. While Tim has had a few relationships, he has never married and has no children, choosing instead to focus on his career. His assets include a house in Los Angeles and several luxury cars. At 78, Tim remains involved in voice acting and occasionally makes public appearances, though he largely keeps his private life away from the spotlight after suffering a major stroke in 2012. Dana Ivey, who portrayed the desk clerk in Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, 1992, is a seasoned actress whose career has spanned decades. While her role in Home Alone may second not have been one of her most famous, It added another layer to her extensive career in film, television, and theater. However, Dana's personal life was not without its trials. She had a difficult relationship with her family, especially with her parents, who never truly understood her choice to pursue acting. Dana was married once, but the union ended in divorce due to her intense commitment to her career, which left little room for a balanced family life. She never had children, a fact that she has come to terms with over the years. With a home in Los Angeles and a few luxury cars, her net worth is estimated to be around $1 million. Now 83, Dana leads a quieter life, continuing to enjoy her work but keeping her personal affairs private, reflecting on her long and successful career that provided her with both highs and personal sacrifices. Who's your favorite character from Home Alone? How does it make you feel knowing that some beloved cast members are no longer with us? Share your thoughts in the comments below, we'd love to hear from you. If you're enjoying our videos, be sure to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for being part of our community.